Hello, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel, and thank you for tuning in. So today I want to take you through quadratic equation, and I want us to solve the quadratic equation using two methods. We are going to use the quadratic formula, and we are going to use factoring or factorization method. So I'll begin by quadratic formula. This is a formula whereby you can solve the quadratic equation. And remember, this quadratic equation are always in this form. This is the standard form for a quadratic equation. Ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where a, b, and c are constant. So a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c here is constant. So we have c is equals to 0. We always equate it to 0. For our case, 10 here is the coefficient of x squared, 13 is the coefficient of x, and negative 3 here is our c. So we have a, b, and c. A here it's 10, 13 here it's b, and negative 3 here is our 6. So let us solve using this quadratic formula. X is equals to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Right? So for our case, let us see what is our a, what is our b, and what is our c. So a is equals to 10, this 10 here. B, it's the coefficient of x, this is b. B is equals to 13, and c is equals to negative 3. So we want to substitute all these numbers in this formula, where x is equals to minus b. This is negative b. Our b is 13. Negative 13 plus or minus the square root of b squared. B here is 13 squared. Minus 4 times a. A is 10. This is 10. Times c. C is negative 3. All this divided by 2a. 2 times a is 10. So x is equals to negative 13 plus or minus. We want to solve what is in this square root. 13 squared is 169 minus 4. 4 times 10 it's 40. 40 times negative 3 it's 120. So this is minus becomes positive. So this will be positive 120. Right? All this divided by 2 times 10 it's 20. Right? Next step, x is equals to negative 13 plus or minus the square root of 169 plus 120. This gives us 289. All this divided by 20. So plus negative 13. This is negative 13 plus or minus the square root of 289 is 17. All this divided by 20. So this is x is equals to, so x is equals to negative 13 plus 17 over 20, or x is equals to negative 13 minus 17 over 20. So we have two values of x. We have negative 13 plus 17 divided by 20, or x is equals to negative 13 minus 17 out of 20. Remember we had said plus or minus. So we are adding on this side and subtracting on this side. X is equals to negative 13 plus 17. This is 4. 4 over 20. Or x is equals to negative 13 minus 17. This is negative 30. Right? Minus 20. Divide by, over 20. So let us simplify further. X is equals to 4 here 1, 4 here 5. X is equals to a fifth. Or x is equals to 30 over 20. This is negative 3 over 2. So this is the final answer using the quadratic formula. X is equals to 1 over 5 or x is equals to negative 3 over 2. So let's use factorization method as our second method to solve this quadratic equation. For factorization method, we always have sum and product. So our sum is this middle part here. Our b is always our sum. So when we are looking for two numbers, we will take their sum should add and give us positive 13. So our sum is 13. For factoring, you have to be careful. For product, we take the coefficient of x squared, which is 10, and multiply it with the c. This is our product, taking the coefficient of x squared here, which is 10, multiplying it with our c, which is negative 3. So this gives us negative 30. You have to look for two numbers. When we add, when we get their sum, we should get 13. When we are multiplying the two numbers, we should get negative 30. So these two numbers, we are going to look for the factors of 30. So 30, we have 1 times 30, which gives us 30. We have 2 times 15, which gives us 30. We have 6 times 5, gives us 30. We have 3 times 10, gives us 30. So these two numbers here, these factors, for these factors, we will look for two numbers here, which when we add them, we are getting 13. When we multiply them, we are getting negative 30. So 1 times 30, is 30, but 1 plus 30, it's not 30. So we reject that. 2 times 15, it's 30. 2 plus 15, it's 17. But if we negate 2, and this will be negative 2 plus 15, we are getting 13. When we multiply negative 2 times 15, we are getting 30. So we will pick that one. So we'll pick negative 2 times 15 and substitute it in our quadratic equation. So this will be 10x squared plus, our two numbers, remember, are negative 2 and 15. So plus 15x, this 15 here, minus 2x minus our c, 3, is equals to 0. So the next step, you group these terms into two groups. So this is one and our second term. We will look for a common factor, and our common factor for this term is 5x. So 10x squared divided by 5x, this is 5x, this gives us 2x. So if you multiply 5x times 2x, you get 10x squared plus 15x divided by 5x plus 3, this is 3. And on this side, we shall look for a common factor. Our common factor here is 1. So negative 1 into 2x, negative 3 divided by negative 1, this is positive 3, is equals to 0, right? So we have 2x plus 3 this term here, which is common. It's common on this side and common on this side, so we shall pick 1. 2x plus 3, and pick the ones that are left outside. 5x minus 1. All this is equals to 0. So we have 2 terms, and we are going to equate each with 0. 2x plus 3 is equals to 0. And on this side, 5x minus 1 is equals to 0. 2x is equals to negative 3. Taking this positive to this side becomes negative. Divide by 2 on both sides. 2 will cancel. X is equals to negative 3 over 2. And on this side, 5x is equals to 1. Bringing this negative 1 to the other side becomes positive. Divide by 5. Divide by 5 on both sides. So x is equals to a fifth. Our answer is x is equals to negative 3 over 2, or x is equals to 1 over 5. This is our final answer. So you can use the two methods, the factorization method or the quadratic formula. So choose the method that is best for you. So remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Bye bye.